Hey VIP crew, I wanted to jump on real quick this evening and show you something I'm doing. I wanted to share before I finished up. You guys ever buy your onions in bulk? You know it's way cheaper to buy onions in the big bag with the mesh bag, you know, that falls everywhere. But then sometimes you have that bag in the pantry and you forget about it, or you don't need onions for a week or two, and then they start to go bad on you or they start sprouting. So I wanted to show you a tip. This is a money-saving, time-saving tip. Okay, I just learned it yesterday and I can't wait to show you guys. So I have my Flex Plus and I'm using the food processor part, and I'm using my digital scale. Okay, so what I did first, and I already did this before I jumped on, is I took one of the onions, and it was about the average smallish medium-sized onion that I would consider the one onion I would put in a recipe, and I processed it and I weighed it. Okay, I weighed it in the Ziploc baggie. Okay, so this baggie is about 5 ounces when I weigh it, and that's how much that one onion weighed. So now I know one onion is about 5 ounces. So I took the rest of the onions and I've got them kind of cubed up here into big pieces, and I am going to put them in my manual, in my Flex Plus processor. So this will have that whole bag is going to go in the freezer because onions freeze really well. And then I have onions chopped, ready to go, one onion size at a time. And I don't have to spend time chopping onions every single time I need to put them in a recipe. Okay, so here we go. Put my lid back on. And here's the motor for our Flex Plus. Remember, the Flex Plus is the one that has the hand mixer, the emulsion blender, and the food processor all in one. And it always has a safety on it because we don't want any power tool going off without us intending for it to go off. So there's a little button underneath here that you push first, and then you push the power. I'm gonna make it go pretty fast. Now with onions, it never fails, but they get stuck because they get wedged underneath the blade. So give me a second to unwedge this one right here that decided to stick in a funny place. Gosh, my eyes and my nose are all running from the onions, but I won't have to worry about that next time because I'll already have them done. Let's see if that dislodged that one. Okay, see that? Okay, so now, take this back apart. I have all those onions. I did about half the bag at a time. This is about half the bag, already done, right? So now I can take the blade out and, oh, onions. Okay. I'm just gonna take my scraper and I'm gonna dish out into this baggie. And weigh it on my scale. Yeah, it's only 3.5. 5 ounces. And then I'll do it again. So guys, that bag of onions, and I had already used a few of them out of it, but this is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm probably gonna get 6 to 7 baggies of onions out of it, but they'll all be the same size. I won't have any really big ones that now I can't use because my recipe doesn't call for a big one. It's gonna be so much easier, and I don't have to do the cutting. I don't have to chop the onion. How cool is that? So what do you guys think of this tip? Tell me in the comments. You think you would do this when you get that bag of onions? Oop, too much, 5.5. You'll give this a try and prep your onions. I'm gonna take each of these little baggies, these little snack baggies, and I'm going to get all the air out, and then I'm gonna put them all in one large freezer bag, and that way I have them double protected from the freezer burn, and I know where they all are in one baggie. They're not all floating around separately. So let's see, one more baggie and I should be all set. 1, 2, 3, 6. It's gonna be, I don't know if I'll get quite 7. This might be a half an onion. And that's it. How's that for a tip for the day? Y'all invite your friends. Did you see my challenge that I put in here? I am going to really work on doing a daily tip or a recipe or something in here when I can. Next week will be spring break, so I may not quite get to it next week all the time, but I'm gonna try and come on live way more often with you guys and help you guys save money, because it's a lot of money to try to feed a family. And with just a few things, pre-planning, buying in bulk, using your freezer, prepping ahead, you can save time and save money. Watch tomorrow, because I went to the grocery store today and got something to make for dinner, and I will be posting that tomorrow. So, okay. Yeah, that's 3.7. So it's not quite a full onion, but I will put on there that it's 3/4 of an onion and just wrap it up. And now I've got all these done and processed, and I don't have to worry about it. I know, Lacey, it's so smart. I learned that last night, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I should have known it. You know, it's not like it's complicated. I feel like I should have thought of that myself, but I didn't. So here we go. All set. So you guys have a fantastic Tuesday, and I'll be back with you guys another time. Good night.